Now open your ThinkPad, because I'm going to start out with a little test of your memory. And if your memory doesn't serve you well, it's no big deal, because memory is something that you have to work at over time. It's not something that comes immediately for most people. It does for some, but not for everybody. So I want you not to look at our charts, okay? I want you to close your eyes for a minute and see if you can visualize the charts the way they usually are. So just close your eyes and think about the charts for a minute. Okay, good. Open your eyes, but don't look at the charts. That's going to be hard for you, isn't it, Levi? Yes. Okay, what I want you to do is see if you can tell me, or write it on your ThinkPad. Come on in. What a verb is. Can you tell me what a verb is? What job does a verb do in a sentence? Sorry, write it down. Hold your pencil right. Thank you. I do that all day in school too. Did you write it down?
It tells action.
That's right, it does. And what color is it?
Green.
Green. Okay, good. Now, write down what a noun is.
I think that's what we're doing.
We're writing down what those words are in the sentence. What job do they do? So, what job does a noun do in a sentence? What does it tell us? You weren't here when we did that very first part, though, Laura, so you may not remember. Hannah, do you remember what a noun is?
Person, place, or thing.
It is a person, place, or thing. Good. And what color? Do you read? Oh, okay. Pink is right. Okay. Now, how about adjective? Write it down. That'll give people time to think. What does an adjective do? What does it tell us in a sentence? You're on the right track, Laura. Keep right on going. What does an adjective do, Levi?
Describes it.
That's right. And what kind of questions does it ask? First, think of a noun. Now, what kind of words do you put in front of it? The noun tells us who. Okay, let's use the noun boy. Now, what kind of words can we put in front of boy that describe boy?
Old.
Old boy. Okay, that tells us what kind of question would that answer?
How old?
It says how old or what kind of boy. Okay, so the adjective answers what kind. Okay, Hannah.
What does the black mean?
I'm not going to tell you the black. You're going to try to figure out what word would go there and make sense. So what I want you to do is I want you to fill in all of these, and then we'll talk about the black. Okay?
Please look at the chart.
Yes, you may look at the chart. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, Hannah. Oh, the white is A, N, or the. Okay, see what kind of sentence you come up with. Would you like to help Joshua, or can he do it by himself? What's the joke here, girl?
I don't know. I said shh.
Are you giving out answers? Guessing what the black is. Let me hear what you think. What kind of a sentence? It's okay if your sentence sounds crazy. That makes it kind of fun. Okay, and then we'll straighten it out and make it make sense in the end.
I can't. But then if you go back on something.
Okay, one little suggestion. If you use houses, you probably will have to use a being verb for your verb. Because remember, your noun and your subject is going to have to be doing something or being something. And I don't know that houses can do anything except be something. So that might be a little hard for you. Change it to horses. They can do something.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Skip the black one, put a line there, and then do some more, and then go back and see what fits in the black one.
And start with one strand. It's like A and
Or the.
and now that can do something. Start with that. A yellow bird. No, but a noun that could do it. So start again. You're thinking of start again. It's the same. Orange, pink, white, orange, pink. Start again.
Monkey.
Okay, that's good. Start again. And leave space between the words. Oh.
Okay, now what can those two things do? You're ready for your verb, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you finished, Jonathan?
No, I'm trying to think of sentences.
Okay, where are you stuck?
You're just supposed to put a word in.
Conjunction. I know, I'm putting
It's okay. Sorry, go ahead.
at the black.
Okay, skip it, put a line. Skip it, and then do this, and then go back and see what conjunction would fit.
That's my article's the problem. So I can't fit anything as a black. Because I can't think of anything that's an article that would fit.
A, and, or the.
Just pick one.
The.
Oh, sorry.
Silver. Horse.
And hey, the horse right there.
What? Yes.
That's why they
Mm,
were
yeah, we
there.
knew.
That's why they were
It's
there.
there. Whoops.
Oh.
Oh, no. And isn't going to stay for me. I'll do space.
Really?
All right.
Conjunction, the black thing is right there. That's why they were like.
And the.
Yeah.
Yes. The.
Black.
Black.
Horse.
Or.
R.
Are what?
Is.
R.
Wait, yeah.
Are what?
Oh.
Are. You
I
want your
skipped
preposition?
that,
You skipped
yeah.
it. Okay, let's go to your preposition.
In the field.
In the field. Now we need an adverb.
adverb. If an adverb doesn't fit.
Well, we can think of how they're doing that.
Are.
They are what in the field?
They're slowly in the field.
No, they're
They
really
are.
slowly in the field.
They are.
No, that would still be the verb. We'd have to put are
They
running.
are now. Sometimes in the field.
Sure, we could do that. Are what?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Oops. Sometimes in the field. Okay, good. Now, who can tell me where the subject ends? Levi, can you tell me where the subject ends and where the predicate begins?
The subject ends at the at horse,
Which horse?
black horse, and the predicate begins at
Right.
R.
The predicate begins there. And this This whole thing here is the subject. And it's not a plain old simple subject. It's more than that because we've used a what, Jonathan?
Conjunction!
Yes. And when you use conjunctions, you put two parts of the sentence together. And our conjunction is and so that makes this a compound subject. A compound subject. Now that ends the grammar part for today. All right. So the next thing I'm going to have you do is we're going to pass the question and answer, and we're going to pass the question and answer for adjective. All right. Well, I will tell you, and I'm going to get you started, and while you pass it, then I'll get the board ready for the next thing. Are you ready? Now, we're ready for the next thing. Last week I told you that I would write paragraphs. Some of you wrote paragraphs, and some of you wrote sentences.
I started on my paragraph.
Did you? All right. Well, I'm going to model or show you how you think when you're writing a paragraph. And I don't know if you guys have to take the Pennsylvania State Standard. Do you have to take the PSSA test? You don't have to take them?
We don't have to take a specific test, we just need to test with 3rd grade, 5th grade, and 8th grade. So it has to be a standardized.
Okay, well, the state standards want you to be able to write a paragraph beginning with a topic sentence with your supporting sentences and then a summary sentence. And so we're going to talk about those right now, and I want to model it for you. So you get to choose, you're going to vote. You get to watch me write a paragraph about magical, mysterious place or odorous surprise. So, how many want, now this is a true story, these are true stories, true things that happened to me when I was little. And so you get to choose. So raise your hand if you want to read magical, mysterious place. How about odorous surprise? What does the word odorous mean? And do you know what the root word for odorous would be? Yeah, what's an odor? A smell. Well, it looks like odorous surprise has one. So, here we go. Now, this is what I have to think. All right. This is a surprise, so I don't want to give away everything at the beginning. But it's all about driving the tractor with my uncle and one particular day. So I have to come up with a sentence that starts us out, that's going to grab your attention, but it will also be a topic sentence. All right? So, first thing I think is, well, I have to indent. And I'm going to make a line here for myself. I'll make some lines. Okay, so I'm going to indent, and I think I'm going to say, one day, when I was small, one day, when I was small, I received a huge surprise. Now, does that catch your interest at all? All right. Are you wondering what the surprise is? And what does it have to do with an odor? So now, that's my topic sentence. So every sentence in this paragraph has to be about this huge surprise. Are you ready? Okay. Usually, when Uncle Arnold drove his tractor
to the field next to my house. Another prepositional phrase. I would run and hitch a ride. This day, he did not see me coming. So, I ran behind him. And I was just catching up. No, yeah. I was just catching up. When he turned on the manure spreader. That's what happened to you. I turned around as fast as I could, but it wasn't fast enough. I was splattered from head to toe with gloppy, stinky, chunks of manure. I certainly didn't enjoy that odorous surprise. All right, now, after you write your paragraph, then you need to edit it. Okay, now I did some editing as I went along. Most children don't edit as they go along. You learn how to do that as you get older. Do you see where I edited? Where did I edit? I edited here. I said, "Ooh, I don't want an and there. That'll make a run-on sentence." What else? Where else did I edit? My spelling. Where's that? Stinky. Right here. Okay. This is a sloppy copy. Can you tell? This is a sloppy copy because my thoughts were going almost faster than I could write. And it's very hard for children to let their fingers keep up with their thoughts. So it's okay to make a sloppy copy and get those thoughts down before you lose them and then go back. So when we edit, I don't want to talk about that yet. I want to still talk about this. The topic sentence is here. The topic sentence, you need to try to catch your reader's interest. Okay, make them want to read the rest. And your summary sentence sums it up. All right? I certainly didn't enjoy that odorous surprise, is the summary sentence. All the sentences are about this huge surprise. This is the summary sentence.
if you have trouble with a summary sentence, a lot of times it's a good way to end it then would be how you're feeling about something. That's what they tell kids who are just learning how to do that. So you're going to take out your paragraphs that you wrote last time you were here. And this is what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a checklist here. And you're going to go down and see if you did these things. Those of you who wrote one sentence, your job is to see if you can come up with another sentence to go with that one. Now, mind you, every sentence does not have to have adjectives and adverbs. Every sentence should have one or the other, but you can't always make a sentence with every kind of word in it. It wouldn't sound very good. And you want your sentences to flow. All right, so here's your editing checklist. All right, answer these questions or check them off if you did it. Make sure you capitalize every sentence and every name. Used correct punctuation. I don't think I did. Where could I put a different punctuation? Punctuation. I can't spell and talk at the same time. Where could I have used different punctuation? I don't think I have any questions in there. So it would have to be an exclamation. Rachel, where could I use an exclamation point?
You could put it in the sentence, I was just catching up on the journal voice.
I could do it there.
And you could put it when I turned around and stopped backwards.
Probably not there. But I could put it, but it wasn't fast enough. Or I could put it at the very end. I certainly didn't enjoy that overspread. Words like certainly that show strong emotion usually need a exclamation point. So you want to check that you indented, you want to check your capitalization, you want to check that you use punctuation. Check your nouns. See if a better picture would be given with some adjectives. Check your nouns and see if you have adjectives. Check your verbs and see if you have adverbs that tell when things happened or where things happened and how things happened. Then I want you to check your topic and summary sentence and see if you can make it better. Now, in school, I have sheets of paper, thousands of these sheets of paper, and whenever my kids write, they go and they get these sheets. They have to edit their own work, and they have to edit their friends' work. So I review grammar, throw in another little thing like the conjunction, and then we write some more, and some more, and some more, and some more. And a lot of times they love to have music on. Just make sure it doesn't have words. Wordless music that they're comfortable with.